Welcome. I hope you guys can hear me. I did do some checking to make sure that everything was set up properly. Thank you, dark little voices. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if I've been live with this mic yet. I don't think I have. So this is a newer mic, and it doesn't have a mute button on it. So if I'm coughing, because I got a cold, I can't mute it like I used to. So there's a way to hotkey it, but I don't know. It's too complicated. 242 don't want to do that. So, going to open. Perfect, it does show up. Perfect. Goodness gracious. Actually, the box is right here. I upgraded to getting a big girl mic. It actually needs the input area, so I actually finally went and got one that's not a USB. It's an LCT 240 Pro, and I actually really like it. I was quite happy with how clear everything's coming out. I need a different interface than I have because it's what's holding the mic back right now, but the more expensive one that I bought didn't work with my computer. Nightmare, hello, welcome. Ronan is here. Yeah, so I got a really cheap one for my day job, and it wasn't recording that great to begin with, and then it started making really awful noises, so I got my money back, and then, because it didn't even last 6 months, and then I went back, and I decided I had saved some money off to the side to buy a new mic, so I used the money I had set aside to buy one, and it's really nice, and the gentleman I was talking to when I bought it said I wouldn't have to upgrade for like a really long time if I don't want to. So I was lucky. The mic was on sale, the original interface was on sale, but I had to return it because my computer like only half the time recognized it. It was really weird. It was so bizarre. It made recording so difficult. So, thank you guys. So happy to see people. I know it is a really weird time for me to be going live, but I'm not working at the moment because I decide that I should fracture my ankle. It's all good. I'm healing. I don't need surgery. We're good on that part, but yeah, so I'm just not working my day job. So, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Rowan? Wish my cold was getting better too. Yeah, during the Christmas time, I decided to slip on some ice, and my ankle didn't fully survive that. The worst part is I walked on it for a week while it was fractured, and I went in to my doctor. He asked me to go get an x-ray, and while I was there, the tech looked at me dead in the eyes and went, "I need you to go to urgent care right now." So I went to urgent care, and they put the boot on me. What I thought was a sprain was actually a fracture, and there's always a 50-50 shot that could be surgery, but with how it looked at the time when I saw the ER guy, basically, he said it doesn't look like, as long as nothing shifts from when you took this x-ray, I don't think you're going to need surgery. And then on Tuesday, I got the definite from the specialist and got x-rays that day that I don't need surgery, so I'm good. I'd still somehow trip on some cybernetic feet. I was an idiot. I shouldn't have walked where I walked. I thought it was safe because someone else had walked on that part of the snow because we had just gotten some fresh snow. So the ice was under the snow, and I knew that part was really bad for being icy, but again, other footsteps there, they looked fine. I lost all my tea on the ground. I was so upset but it does explain the pain and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm healing, we're doing good, and I thought I might as well go live and have some fun. Apparently, so far, there ain't a long story is what's winning. I know the tea. I walked past it and I was like, and that's where the tea fell. And my coworker's like, yeah, that's where you fell. I'm like, yeah, but the tea, the poor tea. I was looking forward to that tea. The next, again, I worked on it for a week after, and I shouldn't have, but I also had all my movement, all my strength in my foot. Like, there was no real indications that it was broken until the bruising started showing up, aka I was bleeding into my foot, and that's when I finally went to the doctor and went, okay, like, let's have a look. And yeah, turns out she was broken. Okay, we're gonna narrate some 2-sentence horrors. Yes, everything should be healing really fast, really good. I'm quite happy. For the most part, the pain is now gone. There's a little bit, but I have to stretch out muscles and wait for the bone to finish the fusing. The full recovery won't be for 6 months, but I need about a month off to get to the point where my body can handle being on it again. So, and some physio. Because physio is awesome. That's actually not sarcasm. Physio is actually really, really good. They teach you lots of stretches. They take care of you. They're one of the reasons I got my back up and running again, too. So, I'm going to take it anytime I can. Sorry for the coughing. Sorry for being a little groggy or graggly. I'm fighting off also a cold that is going through the city I live in. And went through my house, but I've been told that the whole city has like got a really bad cold right now. This is actually pretty mild, but 'tis the time of year. All right, we'll read the first one. My husband's twin brother was declared missing 3 years ago. I know where he is, but if the secret ever gets out, everyone will find out what happened to my husband. I hope you all had a good Christmas time and New Year's. If you have kids, it didn't keep you up for like all the time. I got lots of sleep. So the only thing I don't... so the interface that I've got now, the only reason I really like the other one is because it had like almost no static on the background. Like it picked up nothing there. So I didn't have to do as much like editing on the floor part. But now I have to because this one does have static, which sucks. But the other one didn't work, and I wasn't willing to try to get a second one in case that one was a lemon, which would have been my husband's twin brother. Husband's twin brother. It's not December anymore. And it's not 2025 anymore. I hope the music's good. I can't hear it like always. And also I don't have the biggest choice for music anymore because I'm not willing to pay for the service because I don't use it enough anymore. But I hope it's good. Hope you guys enjoy. — 2005. That's so last year. You're right. It is very much last year. Do try to have low latency, but there is still some. One sec. I am trying to cough away from the mic, but again, there's no mute button, and I didn't think of setting up a quick mute thing for myself. That would have been forethought, and I'm not allowed to do that. This is our last fight. No. This is the last fight. Nope, a little bit deeper. This is our last fight, my best friend promised as he leads me into a dimly lit warehouse. I try to run away, but he just pulls harder on my leash. The other reason I like to have music is so there's never any dead air, even when I'm thinking about stuff. I hit the wrong button, gosh darn it. I don't know if the mic picks up my keyboard. It's very tippy-tappy keyboard. I finally got myself a mechanical one. I really like it. Wanted one for a really long time, so. And I gotta have those rainbows. Good, happy I like the music. Yes, Freak on a Leash for sure. I see a t-shirt with a Freak on a Leash, but it's like a bunny on a leash. Oh, I forgot to... And that. There. Okay. Aha, didn't mess up that time. I did try to do December though, but I didn't try to do 2025 this time. So always takes about a month to remember the year changed. It's also astounding that it's 2025. Or not 2025 anymore. Sorry, 2026. Aw, finally home and taking care of your pup. Yeah, you little puppies. My puppy is sleeping right next to me. She can be so good, and then at times she completely forgets that I'm injured and will do stupid things. She scared me once, but I had the boot that they put me in on, and I felt nothing when she ran all over my foot that I totally should have felt. I was quite impressed with the boot at that time. I was still in quite a bit of easy to put in pain for my heel at the time. Oh, Aussie Shepherds. Oh, so cute. Sorry. I love dogs. If you can't tell. I was explaining to the doctor about the persistent cough and the odd change to my voice when my phone started buzzing with notifications. I wonder if I should change my voice a little bit weird. I was explaining to the doctor about the persistent cough and odd changes to my voice when my... No, I don't really like how I said that either. I was explaining to the doctor about the persistent cough and the odd change to my voice when my phone started buzzing with notifications. The first text read, "We detect high radion in the house. Tell the doctor." I don't know what radium does, but I know that it is not good. Just like, what they had forever. That if it gets in your lungs, it's really bad. Can't remember the name of it right now, but both of those are really bad from what I remember being told. Oops. All right. Okay, so the next one is "Honey, I'm home," a voice yelled out. "I'm upstairs," I respond, hoping he doesn't notice the body of his wife on the couch. I gotta do that one again, but that's okay. "Honey, I'm home," a voice yelled out. "I'm upstairs," I responded, hoping he doesn't notice the body of his wife on the couch. That's one to make sure that no one notices you have other victims. Yeah. Now the question is, stalker, random person who broke in. Who shall know? Oh, come on. I hit the wrong thing. There we go. Surprised that your switched easier than the darn month did. I'm having problems not typing December in. It's a good thing I don't that you guys listen to my computer, because you would have heard music twice there. Oops. I hit something weird. Alright. 2. There we go. I woke up to the sound of my daughter laughing in the hallway, even though she's been missing for weeks. When I ran to hug her, the thing wearing her face whispered, "Found you." Nothing creepy like kids. Kid stuff's always the creepiest. Alright. Hope everything's still going good with the live. Tell me if anything goes weird, please. Excuse me. But you are fat. No. Gotta do that blood. But you're fat. No, that's not quite it either. But you're fat. But you are fat. Sorry. But you are fat, the little girl said to the other kid after he told her that he was adopted. Oh. Right. But you're fat. No, gotta do that a little different. But you are fat, the little girl said to the other kid after he told her that he was adopted just like her. Don't all adopted kids get to eat only once per day? She asked with confusion. Spam the 100%. It's creepy though, just to adopt someone, only feed them once a day. Oops. Thing. It's nice to be able to do 2 sentences. Like, everything I'm trying to do to it is so quick. Unlike when you're doing longer stuff, it takes forever for it to do everything. There's a lot of background still in that. That's weird. Kids can be little creepy weirdos, yes. Yeah, I've seen some stuff kids have done. I'm very happy Ellie have a dog. She can be creepy too, though. Like she'll stare at you at weird stuff too. It's just uh, I heard one story, and I don't know how true this is, about a kid coming out and asking his mom if she was going to eat all that spaghetti. And later, when they got older, they realized that it wasn't spaghetti, that it was a guy who had tried to break into their house. Their mom had just shot them, and the way the helmet had fallen off this guy's head that was all bloody made it look like she was holding a bowl of spaghetti. And the kid had sworn up and down that his mom had called the cops because he had asked to eat spaghetti, or she had asked to eat spaghetti. And then, like, telling the story back, that's when it dawned on them that they had to have the wrong information. So, yes, their mother would always lock the door and didn't really want to sleep anywhere near their own child because their child had asked, "You're going to eat all that?" to a dead body. So, you know, kids are weird. But also, kid was half asleep. Yeah. I'm telling it out of order. There's more to it, but yeah. Just remember, ask your kid questions. Sometimes you need context, because they might not realize exactly what they were seeing either. New word to Mama Spaghetti, eh? I don't know how fake it, like, there's a good chance it's fake, yes. But also, I have heard so many odd things come out of children's mouths that in darkness and just seeing red and a helmet, not realizing that, you know, it was a head and not spaghetti. And I mean, hair could look like kind of like noodles. Like, in the grand scheme of things, this is not implausible. That's the weird, scary part. Just, it morbidly makes me laugh at the thought of a mom holding this dead body, this head, and then their kid asking if you're gonna eat all that, and just be dumbfounded on what you're gonna do with this kid afterwards. But yes, don't call your call on your kids if they want spaghetti. Don't call the cops. It's just not nice. They just want to eat the spaghetti, okay? 242 overanalyzes stuff, has thought of things too much. What fuck? Do you think she looks down on us, seeing how many people came wishing she hadn't done it? He asked. I answered, no. If he could see the makeup on his face, he would have wished he had used a gun. wonder how long it's not been properly getting rid of the floor for me. Interesting. Now it's getting rid of it, but that's so weird. Ooh, I remember January this time. Yeah! Always takes me forever. Forever. Oh, so cute. Lulu is so cute. I know I'm definitely biased. Okay. Next one. Hey, full moon. For a ghost haunting I did about 15 years ago stemmed from a 4-year-old telling her mom the scary man with the messed up face watching her through the window. Oof. Kids be creepy. I want to know what messed up face he had. Why was it messed up? There's too many questions I have to ask now. My girlfriend's dad was furious to learn she was dating a black guy, so I felt better when her mom scolded him and told... Oops. Sorry. My girlfriend's dad was... My girlfriend's dad was furious to learn she was dating a black guy, so I felt better when her mom scolded him and told me I was welcome to stay over whenever he was away. My body froze when I found a camera hidden in the shower box, my mind echoing with each time she told Olivia how proud she was for her for picking... I gotta redo that part, sorry. My body froze when I found the camera hidden in the shower box, my mind echoing with each time she told Olivia how proud she was for her picking... Nope, sorry. My body froze when I found the camera hidden in the shower box, my mind echoing with each time she told Olivia how proud she was for picking such a gorgeous young man. Yep, lucky he didn't find anything. She couldn't really elaborate any further. Creepy part, her bedroom was on the 2nd floor. Oof. Oof. It is creepy. Also, the one I just narrated totally reminded me of, oh god, what's the name of that? Get Out. Yeah, Get Out. That was such a good movie. It totally reminds me of Get Out. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. I will not spoil it. I've been trying to actually watch more like horror movies. I didn't really watch them all that much. I like horror stories, but not movies. But that's because most horror movies are pretty tropey. But I'm just gonna take this to my girlfriend's parents. Not 6th, 8th. But at least I remember January. There we go. Yeah. Highly recommend finding a way to watch it, Roden. It's such a good movie. I forget why I went to go, why I finally sat down and watched it, but I was ecstatic by how good it was. But yeah, actually on the end of the month, Iron Lung comes out, which is Markiplier's movie, and me and my husband are gonna go see it as soon as we can. So, which is supposedly a movie that has been used the most fake blood ever in a movie. He had to order truckloads of blood, so that's gonna be interesting. And it's one of the few times where my husband is into an idea of watching a horror movie, so I will take it. We've watched like so many horror games together and stuff, but he doesn't like horror movies, which I get. A lot of them are very tropey, but some of them are really good. My favorite is like Happy Death Day, where the lady is dying on her birthday over and over again. That was really interesting. It was such a really interesting concept. I created a story that's called Happy Death Day, but it's not about that. It's actually about a real thing that can happen to people where you think you're dead, but you're not actually dead. It's really weird psychological thing that can happen to you. So Happy Death Day just really, it was the perfect title for it. So yeah, I recommend watching, there's a few movies that have been coming out recently that are really good. If you're into Stephen King and have watched the original Shining, Doctor Sleep is really, really good. The director actually took the movie The Shining and the book The Shining and the book of Doctor Sleep and made like a hybrid to pay homage to both the book and the movie. So it is a continuation from the movie, because he left some stuff in from that. So if you ever read the book, it ends completely different than the movie ever did. But he leaned into it and actually took a bunch of stuff between the two, and Stephen King actually really liked what he did with that movie, and he doesn't like The Shining. He actually hates The Shining, and he was able to completely get this director to actually like something he did. Stephen King's never really liked any of the movies that have been made from his books, which I understand, because it's super easy to put on paper this horrid, grotesque thing that you can't quite put your finger on and blah blah. But as soon as you have to put that onto screen, there's nothing you can do that is scarier than someone else's own imagination. So person A can be scared of spiders and crawly things, while person B can be scared of balloons and maybe the texture of something. ekes them out. Like things like that. So everyone's own fears are different, and that's why Stephen King's books work so well in horror, is because he can be more vague about things. So your mind fills in the blanks he's not putting there. And so it's why it's never really worked as well as people want to put his books to movies / TV shows. But I was just absolutely dumbfounded by Doctor Sleep and just how well it turned out in the end. I will swear up and down everyone should watch Doctor Sleep if you like anything of Stephen King. So, rambling on, but I do that between takes, so you guys have a little bit more than just hearing me narrate. Well, I'm not trying to put any spoilers. That was a spoiler-free thing. I try not to give spoilers. I give my true critique on things. If I do go into spoilers, I do always try to warn, so. Right into bucket list, good one. Haunted House, or House on Haunted Hill, is a good little mini-series. Same director as Doctor Sleep. Really was really good too. Actually, just that director, anything he's pretty much done, even his first few movies, which was like Oculus, which was the one about the mirror, that was his first ever movie. The dialogue's a bit wonky in it, but even that's really cool because the idea was such a cool idea. An evil haunted mirror, like such a cool idea. Absolutely love it. So yeah, but I've been trying to watch more horror movies. One, to get more ideas, but two, just I can watch things. Mike Flanagan, that is it. Everything that Mike Flanagan has done, I am terrible with names. But funny enough, Flanagan was coming in my last name, so I have always been terrible with names. Mike Flanagan is absolutely amazing. I have not seen anything he's done that I have not enjoyed, and I watched Oculus when it came out, and I loved it, but I also went to watch it because the actress who plays Amy Pond in Doctor Who was in it, and I was super into doing anything if she was able to get into the mainstream. I was trying to support her as much as I could because I was really into Doctor Who at the time, and just I didn't even know it was Mike Flanagan at the time, and of course it was his first ever movie, so no one knew who he really was at the time. But he's done some really good stuff. I hope that he does more Stephen King stuff at the end, so. But okay, we'll go narrate another one. I was born with the ability to see total number of lives ended. Oops, hold on. One sec. Mouse clicky. I was born with the ability to see the total number of lives ended by every person just above their head. I was a bit concerned about the fact that before entering the abandoned bunker, my brothers. I was a bit concerned about the fact that before entering the abandoned bunker, my brother's count was 3,611, and now it's 12 billion. I was a bit concerned about the fact that before entering the abandoned bunker, my brother's count was I was a bit concerned about the fact that before entering the abandoned bunker, my brother's count was 3,611. And now it's 12. Hold on. That's hundreds, thousands, millions. It's 12 million. Oh, just start there. 12,780,000. Nope, it's billion. I'm one too soon. 12,708,568,211. Oh, I mean, the 11 didn't change. Excuse me. I actually didn't know that Haunting on Hill House was also apparently a movie, like a book originally. And it had been done before? Like, I had no clue about any of that stuff. Well, I found out about recently. Just watched Snowpiercer last night, and poof, that was a very dark movie. I've watched the show. I think I only got to the second season. The show was really good, but apparently it's also off of a comic originally, graphic novel. Same thing to me. They are slightly different, but I just don't know why his count went so high. That's more people than there are on the planet. Shirley Jackson. Why does that name sound familiar? Maybe I'll have to see if I can get my hands on it. He also did Midnight Mass, which is really good too. Like I said, there's nothing he's done that's not been good, which is a rare thing. Even Spielberg has some bad ones, but he's also a newer director, so. Oops. Yeah. That's fine. Oops. I say that every time I do something. Habits. Like, I even said it in, like, I do say that in my head, which I'm just trying to say out loud. Everything goes in my head just so I don't have dead air for you guys, because that is boring. Not that the music isn't playing in the background too, but. Also, the author of that was Dr. Big Pee is actually the username of the guy. I don't pick the usernames, I just enjoy what they write. Everyone has their own thing. One person, I haven't done hers yet, is a self-loathing lawyer, and I really friggin' love that username too. Some people come up with some really cool usernames on Reddit. Oh. So, okay, let's see here. After I read this one, I'm going to explain what I found in the comments afterwards, because this one's really funny for the comments. I heard the homeowner's key in the lock just as I assessing. I heard the homeowner's key in the lock just as I was assessing her jewelry, so I dashed into the closet. Somebody just tickled me. So, in the comments of this one, which absolutely made my day and made me laugh, probably made me pick this more than anything else, to be fair, was the guy going, thief or lover? And the person's thief, and the guy said lover. And another guy comes up, they're like, oh, thief or lover? Like, no, murderer. Like, oh, we have to get in line. Like, and then the guy inside of the bed's like, I was actually here first. And so there's, at this point, there's, in the comments, they have added, like, so many people to this story as, like, a joke thing, right? And this, at the end, the woman sits on the bed and is just like, oh, I can't wait to take a different form of less of a bitch, blah, 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 blah. And then the next line after that is, and 20 guys came out of all different parts of that room huffing and puffing about how they had, like, they can't go and hurt this woman anymore because she's already gone, I guess. And then the original thief was like, hey, you want, like, she had said to him, you want to just stay, whatever. He's like, can I sell the jewelry? And she's like, it's not mine, go right ahead, I don't care. And they Netflix and chilled. But it was just like, such the funniest freaking comments on this thing. It was hilarious. I realized I did that, and I actually could have just went and read the comments. I'm gonna go just read the comments and give you guys a full thing. It was actually very funny. Just give me a second here. I'll fully read it, because it was this little chain that was super hilarious. Come on, open up. Sometimes my computer has moments. Okay. So what I read, and next one, I heard the homeowner, someone tickled me. Lover or thief, a voice whispered in my ear. Thief, I answered instinctively. And you? Lover. Does she know it? Not yet. I think we can find an arrangement. And the next one underneath that was, suddenly the closet door opened and a man appeared before us, visibly shocked. The man behind me quickly injected, hey, you lover or thief? Murderer, he muttered, confused for revenge. Get in line, I added, pointing behind me with my thumb. Immediately another man emerged from below the bed and, after clearing his throat, said, I just want to clarify, I arrived here first. And the one after that is, she came in, still on the phone. Yeah, rough day at work, definitely. She sighed as she dotted off the clothing and unzipped her skin. But it feels so good to stop pretending to be such a horrible bitch. The Emperor's thing scratched and wobbled. No, I'm too tired to go out. I'm going to morph into something comfortable and just catch up on Stranger Things. 12, and then the one after that. 12 men sighed in disappointment at the same time and came grunting out of the locker, bedroom, and from under the bed. I think they meant to put closet. They slowly marched out of the door, murmuring curses as the new cushion-shaped thing said, you can stay. I'm not a bother. I like Stranger Things, I said before going out the last. Which season? Second, it said, pulling a big pot of popcorn from its insides and offering it to me. I shrugged and picked them and jumped into the bed. Can I still stake some jewelry afterwards? It immediately made a shrug as it wobbly body and replied, it's not mine. Take what you want. It was just hilarious. I freaking love reading the comments half the time. I can just read the goddamn things. I don't have to try to explain something when I can read it. Okay, next one. Such a weird thing to stumble on. It's just one shot, and I won't be sick anymore, right, Daddy? That's right, baby, he whispered as he pulled the trigger. Excuse me, sorry. That's right, baby, he whispered as he pulled the trigger, trying to remind himself it was better this way. You know, it's gonna be bad if killing your kid is better than whatever else is going on. Alright. I don't know if I'm gonna record all this. My throat's kind of getting too much, I guess. I'll put, ever wins, I'll make it the next live stream. I'm probably going to do them a little more often while I'm injured. Just because, I can't do anything else right now, so. Let's play a game and narrate a longer story. I think I'll do play a game and I'll make a vote on my thing to see what people want me to play. So a couple games I wouldn't mind playing. Alright, I'll record like a few more and then I'll call it. We're just not many people and it is what it is. I am also live very weirdly, so, and I get that. Today, I finally escaped the cult I grew up in, where girls were never allowed to cut their hair, so I decided to get a pixie cut. In the middle of my appointment, the hairdresser handed me a mirror and said, "Oh dear, look, there's a scar in your nape, and it looks like something is embedded beneath it." Kind of either a tracker is what I thought when I read this, or it's a cult, so who knows. You can never leave the cult. Once you're in, we'll just find you. Have a good one, full moon. Thank you for coming by. I really hate having colds. I wish I could just never be sick again. That would be nice. All right. Okay, I think I'll do like 2 more and then we'll call it there. Okay, we'll do 2 more and then we'll call it. We finally received the first message from an excuse me. We finally received a first message from an alien race to Earth. Decoded, it read, "Our records indicate the successful receipt of the first shipment of iridium. Expect your second, yep, that's a word." Decoding it, it read, "Our records indicate the successful receipt of your first shipment of iridium." Excuse me. Decoding it, it read, "Our records indicate the successful receipt of your first shipment of iridium." It's the odd word that I can't speak. Okay. Decoding it, read, "Our records indicate the successful receipt of the first shipment of iridium. Expect your second shipment to arrive shortly." Yes, please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, do all those good things. And if you don't have a fractured ankle, do a little dance. I can do a little dance in my seat, but I can't dance on my feet. That rhymed. That's funny. Try to do something stupid. Still stupid, but it's just funny that it rhymed too. Alright. It screams that iridium's not from here, which is, I think, even scarier. Waste from some other from other aliens, and they're just making us take it. Okay, one more and then we'll be done. After decades as a demon hunter, I kill him. Excuse me again, sorry. After decades as a demon hunter, I finally killed the people. Oh, great. Sorry, my Excel sheet glitched there. Okay. After decades as a demon hunter, I finally killed the people possessed by lust, envy, wrath, greed, sloth, and gluttony. I'm so proud of myself. Pick that one because I just love the irony of it. But it does actually, with all the sins, pride being the last one and being the hardest would 100% make sense to me. Alright. That would be everything. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to keep narrating, but I'll think we're going to slow down a little bit because, again, still sick and everything. But yeah, I'm going to try to go live a little bit more for a little bit here just because, I can right now, so I will. So it won't be another 6 months till you guys see me. Again, I'm shocked I haven't done this since June, but going live is a lot, and with having a day job, I think it's really difficult, so. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a great night, and I hope to see you guys soon. Sleep tight and don't let 42 bite. I totally failed that because I didn't have a program up. I'm an idiot. Bye.